How is it going, everyone? Happy Wednesday. We're going to go over today's intraday price action, the daily plan, and the trades that I took. I took 3 trades today. I'm actually still in one of them. I was trying to wait till I was flat, but it's been a few hours and it's getting a little bit later, so I just um, will chug ahead regardless. So the daily plan we could see right here. This was the 1 sell zone, and this was the 1 buy zone in the plan. We could see we ticked down perfectly, and we have a 0 print right here. Perfectly outlines the low of day. So I'm currently long from 43, but let's just go over the daily plan first, and then we'll start talking about the trades. So as always, starting the daily plan with the TPO charts. If you're unfamiliar with TPO charts, I understand they look intimidating, but they're really not. They're super easy to learn. I know it's a whole bunch of letters. TPO charts stand for time price opportunity charts. So each of these letters represent 30 minutes. So the A period is 30 minutes, the B period is 30 minutes. And what this allows us to do is visualize the market auction. It makes it much more palatable for us. We can identify whether we're trading in balance, out of balance, creating balance, accepting out of it, leaving structure behind, cleaning structure. So what are things that we look at? We look at the lows of profiles, the highs of profiles, the shapes of profiles, right? I feel like we speak about it all the time, but capital D shape profile, that is a balance session. We are in balance. Regarding this individual session, I should say we are trading within balance. This is a balance day. To actually find balance within the market, when we look at the current market auction, we have to look at multiple days, right? We're not just looking at one session. Sorry, should have worded that better. But so I come here, I will annotate what I see on the TPO charts, and then I come to what we were looking at originally, and that is a footprint chart. So if you're unfamiliar with footprint charts, go to the home of the YouTube channel here, and I have a quick video going over how I have my specific charts configured. What we're looking at here is transacted volume, and this is how I read the order flow in real time. Not only using the 4-hour, I use a 30-minute, 5-minute, and I also use higher time frames like the daily and occasionally even the weekly. So this is always step 2 of my daily plan, and things that I look for here, for example, is, do we have a bid walking up on the tape, an offer attempting to walk down, do we have a trapped volume somewhere, do we have high volume areas, maybe we have areas that we have not transacted in a lot, maybe an imbalance of volume, if you will. How are we transacting at the lows? So obviously, we don't see exhaustion right here, right? We're still transacting 26.5, 23.2 thousand contracts over here. That's the market auction telling us that price is not exhausted here. Sure enough, we see what? Exhaustion now, right? We have to run that low. Just simple, elementary market auction theory. If we're still happy to transact down here, we are very likely to retrace and go to where price is no longer happy to trade, right? 0 lots printed over here. This is a 0 print. Auction is done to the side, and we got a very nice long off of this. So I annotate pretty heavily the 4-hour. I believe it's the best time frame for day traders. And from there, I go and do the same exact thing, but on the daily charts. So with this, it's the same exact thing. Do we have an offer moving down, a bid attempting to walk up, gaps in volume, high volume areas, a big offer, and this allows us to look at larger time frame to participants. All right, so let's touch on the trading today. So today is the 1st of March, and we have 1 visit outside of initial balance, right? Initial balance is the 1st hour trading, if you're unfamiliar, and that's what's highlighted by this blue rectangle. So I was talking about the order flow live during this open session, and I wanted a run of low of day upon the open of this candle. Now we ripped up, did not get it yet, and we saw exhaustion. We see double selling in balance. Tape is showing us that sellers are here. So this is where I took my first trade. I took a short expecting a revisit of low of day. Why? Well, we don't see clean exhaustion here, and it's actually cleaner, or was cleaner at the time on the daily. right? I'm not looking at one time frame, I'm analyzing multiple. So I took my first trade here. Where is it? Right here. So again, using the smaller time frames like the 30-minute, the 5-minute for my actual execution, I enter here. This came one tick, or not one tick, 2 ticks, I'm sorry, from my target price, or my first target price, I should say, of 2R, and came back and stopped me out break even plus 1 tick. Rule of mine, once we trade 5 points in the money from where my average is, my stop automatically moves to break even plus 1 tick. So yeah, I got stopped out there and this went right to target, of course. But it is what it is. I stuck with it, and sure enough, we did see that run of low of day. And what do we see? What we saw on the 4-hour. We see a zero print here, B-shaped distribution, right? We speak about this, or I have spoken about this for months upon months. Generally, assuming that the framework around your trade and the context supports this, when you were going long, generally you want to see a B-shaped distribution, and as when I went short, you want to see a P-shaped. Again, you need the proper framework and context around these trades. This is generally speaking. So yeah, I took this long. I actually took stop out. So right, I'm still in the trade, so I just blocked out that stop is at break even, not plus 1 tick here, but I entered here, took the stop out, and I know it's difficult to see here because my order's over, but you could kind of see that triangle. I re-entered half off at 2R, and then these are just all structural exits, but I think this one was 8.5 or 8.6R came out to, or this was 5.8, this was 8.6 or 8.5, and I'm waiting for my last target price, which is actually initial balance high, which is 76.5, and since I'm long at 44, I think that will come out to 10.5 or 10.6R on those runners, and that's if I don't get stopped out at break even, right? I have super small size left over, so whatever happens, happens. We'll take a quick look at the 5-minute order flow from where I took my trades. 1 second. All right, so we can see clear zero print. There's a little bit more in here, while you're monitoring the 30-minute, while you're monitoring the 5-minute, sometimes even the 4-hour. There's a little bit more nuance to it, but simply we see a zero print, we see buying imbalance, put together with our other things. It's a very clear long, right? We're also monitoring the delta here on our higher time frames, stuff like that we show in the room. But apart from that, it was a pretty simple day, balanced day. So usually you don't look for huge trades. That's why I'm not looking for really an extension from today's price action. Just this final target, right? This super small size IB high. But I paid myself at 2R and then structurally throughout today's intraday range, right? I'm not expecting to swing this for the fences. Yeah, just you have to trade day types depending on what they are, whether it be a trend day, balance day, and there's different types of balance days, there's different types of trend days, and we teach all that as well in the room, right? I post my daily plans every day, not only here on YouTube through the community page, but here on StockTwits as well, whatever works best for you, right? Is there anything else to go over? Well, if you're interested in this type of approach and would like to learn it for yourself, I'll leave a link to my website in the description. So, hope you guys all had a green day today, and I'll see you in the next market recap.